Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching 90 Day Fiancé and reacting to it. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. Let's get to the show.
With Natalie coming, everything's going to be new to her. So she just wasn't quite comfortable with Bo living in the house. Unfortunately, I had to ask Bo if he could move out for a while,
Oh, that's really sad. I don't know the full situation with Uncle Bo, but that seems sad to me. I wonder what's going on there.
Take some of this out. Yeah, what you got? This sucks. But at the same time, Natalie is coming into a complete new place, and I want to ensure that she's the most comfortable possible.
He has a Seahawks emblem on his house. Remember earlier when he had the Cowboys hat on, or what looked to be a Cowboys hat? He has a Seahawks logo on his house, so 2 thumbs up for Micah for that.
But my mom has fears, yes, she worries for me.
Ты счастлива, что ты замуж выходишь?
Я пока не выхожу. У нас на это есть 90 дней наших законных. Я думаю, мы разберемся. Вернуться я всегда успею, если что.
By the way, some people have been emailing me about this point. She just said this, and a lot of the people on the show say this, is that they have 90 days to figure it out. Meaning that the whole show, 90 Day Fiancé, is she's going to come to the States, and they have 90 days to figure out if they want to get married, and they get married. And what a lot of people are emailing me about that they're saying is, no. It's not 90 days to figure it out. It's 90 days to get married. You should have already figured it out. The way that it commonly is done, or this most healthy way, the most rational way, is you figure it out by long-distance relationship means, and at some point you say, yes, I have figured it out. We have figured it out. We are getting married. Let's apply for that visa, and we'll have the 90 days to plan the wedding and have the wedding. That's what the 90 days are for. It's not supposed to be, let's figure it out. That might even be explicitly described in the visa. I'm not even sure. But I just want to honor everyone who's emailed me about that and said that this show gives this weird idea of it, because for them, when they went through the 90 days, it was a completely different process. It looked nothing like it does on this show. So I just want to say that.
The last couple of months before Natalie's arrival, I was able to pay down a lot of the credit cards and debt and stuff. I got some money saved and put aside, Step back.
They are staying, I believe, in a very nice hotel or some sort of Airbnb. I think they're right next to Pike Place Market, which overlooks the Sound. So if that's where they're staying, it's going to be a nice view in the morning. And they'll have a nice little Pike Place Market they can go to the next day. Maybe we'll get some scenes, and maybe I'll be walking in the background.
But I don't want to have to start spending vast amounts of money and stuff, this and that again. Rooms and stuff are super expensive in Seattle, like $400 or $500 a night.
Yeah, $400 or $500 a night, but downtown Seattle, yes, for the hotels. You didn't have to stay downtown. You could have stayed just a little bit outside of town. Anyway.
We've had some really tough months here in the past, so I would really like to make her first night here special in America. There you go.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. I love it. It's very cool.
So you notice on the door, it said Beecher's. It's for Beecher's Cheese. It's a cheese place in Pike Place Market. You can actually see them making the cheese and buy it. It's very good. The sharp, extra sharp cheddar I used to eat all the time. In fact, there might even be a picture of me on Instagram or Facebook or something. I went to our local marriage and family therapy professional organization. We have a holiday party, and there was a silent auction for a charity, and there's a giant block of cheese. And I bid on it, and I got it, and I won it, and I loved it, and I ate it, and I had to cut it up into several things and put it in several Tupperware, and that was Beecher's cheese. I don't know if it's interesting for you for me to talk about these Seattle tidbits, but I can't help myself. I love my town.
Like it, baby?
Yeah.
Come here, come check out the patio. Look at the view.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, the market is right there, and the Puget Sound is right there. The next morning, you're going to have a fantastic view. I would never pay for a condo. That's too expensive. Why would you? That's I would say that's more than $500. That's probably like $800. Maybe TLC bought it for him. I hope they did.
Beautiful. That's probably so expensive, but it's so beautiful.
I'm trying to make something special for you.
So that's our Ferris wheel thing. Every town seems to have one of these, and that was newly built, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. And I hate it because our waterfront had all this character and all these little things that were very familiar to my eyes growing up. And then they built that thing, and that's all you can see now. And usually it's completely lit up and has all this Christmas light. I like it sometimes, but a lot of time I'm just, you can't stop. I'm guessing London, they might have, the eye in London, that might be a similar issue of there's something about a Ferris wheel where your eye just is drawn to it. You can't see anything else. And I don't like that. Our skyline was pretty great and is pretty great without it. And it's so distracting. It's an okay thing to go on. It's a Ferris wheel. I don't know. Anyway.
Champagne?
Yeah.
See what we got here?
So you see it in the corner. That's Beecher's cheese. Maybe they're staying in a place right above Beecher's cheese, actually. So the room is Beecher's cheese, and they have Beecher's cheese all. That's my dream place.
Michael, thank you very much. It's so beautiful.
You're welcome, baby. Welcome to America.
And in the Beecher's cheese shop, you can see them making the cheese. Where there's these huge, I don't know, contraptions where they're making the cheese, and then you can go like right next door and get a grilled cheese with that real, good bread. I don't know how to describe it, but it has lots of holes in it. It's just like crunchy and lots of dark crust on it, and you get that melted cheese in there. Yeah, that's the stuff.
I want to raise a toast for greatest man, for the most sweet and honest man I know.
Thank you, baby.
You.
Cheers.
I cannot believe. It feels like, oh my God.
You did it,
I
baby.
waited so long for this.
So I'm really happy for them. I was wondering that with the separate, as he was leaving, they had the fight. And I wondered if the fight actually had to do with the fact that they were going to separate. Sometimes people will do that. They get anxious as they head towards the threshold of not being able to see each other, and they self-sabotage. And so whatever the case, they had a fight before he left. And then while he was gone, while they were separated, they had a lot of tension. And I was wondering if when she comes to the States and they can actually see each other and touch each other, if that would reinvigorate the positive side of their relationship, which is what they're having right now, which is, it seems like deep love, really. I don't know. But it's good to see. I always like it when people are having positive feelings. And when you're in love and you're looking at each other, in the eyes, and you have that feeling, that upwelling feeling of like, oh, I love you so much. I want to be with you, and I want to hold your hand. That's what makes the world go around, right?
I'm very proud of us and how far we've come.
And it's moments like this that will sustain you through the bad times. There's going to be fights. And especially on this show, there's going to be fights. You need moments like this to inspire you through those moments. to give meaning to those moments. As you're having a negative experience, you instead of saying, well, it's all bad, you'll say like, well, we're having a bad moment right now, but we have so many good moments. So I'm going to do the work to get through this moment. So you need these moments to sustain you through the bad times. In fact, research shows, according to John Gottman, the ratio is 5-to-1. You need 5 positive moments for every 1 negative moment. Now, what's important about the ratio? What's important about the ratio is that some couples, they fight a lot. They'll have 10 negative moments in a day. And to us, we might go like, well, that's terrible. 10 negative moments a day, they shouldn't be together. But if they have 50 positive moments in a day, then research shows that they have a greater likelihood of sustaining their relationship and being satisfied. So it's not the amount of negative moments. It's the amount of offsetting positive moments to the negative moments. Another couple, they might have 1 negative moment in the entire month, but they only have 2 positive moments in the month. So they have 1 negative a month and 2 positive a month. So they don't fight very much, but they also don't have enough positive moments. And that couple, statistically, is likely to divorce or break up shortly after observing that. So that's the key. Some couples have a lot of interactions and a lot of positive and a lot of negative, but the ratio is 5-to-1 or greater. So that's the key, apparently, that we need. We need a lot of positive. Some people say like, well, 1 negative for every positive. No, you need a lot of positive moments. Now, what constitutes a positive moment? Obviously something like this, but it could be something small. A hug, a kiss, a compliment, a observation, like, oh, look at that thing across the street, or there's that dumb neighbor doing that dumb thing with his garage again, and then you chime in, oh yeah, that dumb neighbor. That's a positive moment, actually. You're both bonding about the dumb neighbor. And so it doesn't have to be all, googly eye and holding hands all the time. It certainly can be, but normally longer term relationships, you're complaining about the neighbor. It's less hand holding and making fun of other people. It's one of the glorious things about being in a marriage, really. All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.